Hello and welcome. You are watching Exo Photography. Today we are going to continue the series about how I take the flat images. In the last video you could watch the flat panel explanation, how a flat panel is working, and some kind of different techniques of how to take flat images, or the hardware side of it. So today I'm going to show you a quick PowerPoint presentation showing you how I take the images with my imaging software and how it all connects. So follow along and I'll show you. So a flat image is one kind of calibration image which is used to get rid of vignetting in the optics and also dust particles which can show up on your filters and your camera chip. You can see here on the image I have a small dust bunny or dust particle, and also you can see some kind of I don't know if it's the edge of the camera chip or something, but this is pronounced or enhanced during the calibration images to create a master flat, and it gets quite highlighted. So there is something there, and the process is taking care of getting rid of all these artifacts in the real image. As I talked about in the last video, I am taking my images on an even lit background, in this case a flat panel, LED flat panel. You can also use the t-shirt method, so you can use different techniques. What you want to do then is to combine these images, perhaps 15 or 20, at least 15 or 20, to make a master flat. You're combining all those images into one master flat. So what you want to do is you want to create one set of flat images for each filter. In the example I am going to show you how I think the H-alpha filters. The imaging train and settings on the camera should be the same as when you are shooting the light pictures or the real pictures. So if you rotate the camera, you need to take a new set of flat images, because you can then move the alignment of possible dust bunnies on the filters. You also want to use the same binning, so if you are shooting your lights in bin 1, then you want to take the flats in bin 1, and the same for bin 2, bin 3, or whatever you are using. You also want the same temperature, so if you are shooting at minus 25 degrees Celsius, which I do usually, then you want to use that to take your flat images as well. And I also try to take the images as roughly the same focus point, so it doesn't need to be exactly, but roughly the same. Then you want to take a minimum of 15 to 20 flats for each filter and each type of binning, as I said. You also want to try to hit 1/3 or 1/2 of the histogram levels, or the ADU units, which I will explain closer in the next slide. So ADU unit stands for analog to digital unit. It's a number which all imaging software is showing you, which is representing how much of the full well capacity of the camera you are using. So what is full well capacity? Well, that is a measurement of how many electrons, how much charge each pixel on the camera chip it can hold. So how do I know which level I need to hit? Well, if we take a typical planetary camera, I am showing you some ZWO cameras right now, but planetary cameras is usually 10 to 12 bits. In this case, a 12-bit camera is holding about 4000 ADU units. A 14-bit camera, usually it's those one-shoot color cameras. Most of the DSLR cameras in the mid to high-end range as well. They are 14 bits, which translates to 16,000 ADU units. Then we move on to the 16-bit cameras, which can hold the most of the capacity. It's a typical, well, hi cat, I can hear you. They can hold more charge in each pixel, and that translates to 65,000 ADU units. If you want to take a closer look on how the bit is working in regard to ADU units, I highly recommend you can watch Astro videos on YouTube, so I will put in a link in the description. And also shout out Astro you make awesome videos, so continue with that. So yeah, that's all for the PowerPoint presentation. So let's move on to how I take the images with the Maxim DL. Let's start taking some images. So I already made a list of the exposure times, as you can see on the text document here. Basically, it's a rough estimate from old flat images I have been taking. I set the camera at -25 degrees, which I usually shoot my image at. As you can see here, it's exposure times for the red filter, the green, the blue, the lights, and now I'm going to shoot some H-alpha. So approximately 17 seconds, and I am trying to aim at 20,000 ADUs, which is 1/3 of the saturations level of the CCD camera, which is a 16-bit, as we talked about earlier. So trying out 17 seconds here, which is going to be, let's see here, it's downloading. Oh yeah, 17,000, so a bit under. So I need to adjust that and set up the whole sequence for each filter, at least 20 images, and boom, you have a complete list. If you like my channel, please subscribe to it and you will get notified when I have uploaded some new videos.